This is Alex Carnifex. If you are planning on going to college, stop what you're doing and watch this video before you go. A wise man told me 100% of the shots you don't take will not go in. You're right. And they say this is the reason why you should try. Well, sometimes there are risks. The net isn't always what it seems, and it might do some transformer type of stuff and literally knock you over the head. Because going to college today is worthless, especially if you get a worthless degree. Not if you're trying to get something that is in demand. That is what I will discuss. But you need to watch and listen to my viewpoint and to the best of your ability. God, Monic, here I am. While Americans' bellies are rising and the statistics show that they're going belly up, student loan debt is also proceeding to inflate, just like Americans' stomach. There is a serious problem with inflation, not just in money, not just in student loan debt when it comes to your interest rate, but I also mean when it comes to your, chest. Because like, you best believe if you dropped a controller down there from playing Xbox, like, you wouldn't be able to get it out for a week. I mean, this is a problem. This is a serious problem. A public health crisis. I'm declaring the legendary God Monic. So yeah, no, student loan debt seems to be rising. You spend 1/3 of your life sleeping. You'll spend, if you're 25, or you're over 1/3 dead. I mean, this is why I don't want to send people to college unless they're going in for a trade or something that actually matters. Like, there's a demand for it, like electrician or plumber, rather than theater arts, liberal arts, communications, psychology, political science. Worthless degrees that don't get you anywhere other than 50 years of involuntary servitude. I don't want your drama, dude! That's the problem. Someone needs to come out and speak about it, and a lot of people say, well, why are you being so harsh, right? Because if they live to 78 and they're 1/3 dead, and, and if they're 25, imagine, because, just round it to 75, and just, that's not really motivating. Not to mention the fact that you spend 1/3 of your life sleeping, and they're going to be paying it off for like 50 years, right? It's not motivating. Right, that's the point. I want to make it clear that so you know exactly what you're getting into before you decide to take a whole bunch of student loans to pay off something that is completely worthless, which you have a better, honestly, in this day and age, literally going up and shoving a pickle up your butt would be more efficient than going to college. Because at least you're not going to be 50 years in debt and never own a home, never have kids, never have children, never have a car. Even if you don't ever want to have children or never have a wife or anything, you're kind of like an introvert. Well, that's fine. But let's just say you do. I mean, you're screwed. I mean, even if you were an introvert, you still had to work those cheeks off to literally pay off all that debt that you worked so hard in college for, and all of those homework assignments that you had to work so hard on, and all those other things where you were busting cheeks. Realize college was not a path to success. It was merely a roadblock. You were scammed. You are a victim. A victim of lies and deceit. And deceit? You are a victim of deceit. That's a fact. That's a legendary God Monic. This is a legendary Alex Carnifex. And I'm here to tell you you're a victim of lies and deceit. But that's the reason why I don't want people going. Now, millennials, they're spoiled brats, and they think, oh, everyone else should pay for me, so there's a certain level of, yeah, you kind of do deserve it, because college is a path to involuntary servitude. I don't want your drama, dude. And yeah, it's like, oh, guess who I'm going on a date with? I have a hot date with salliemae. Navient. And it's like, no, I don't want to go on a date with salliemae. I'll leave that up to the rest of the millennial generation. Anyways, so college is a path to involuntary servitude. I don't want your drama, dude. And yeah, I really don't. I see the obesity rates rising. I see inflation rising. I see the prices of rent rising. I mean, I see the, immigration just inflating, getting bigger. Stomachs are getting bigger. I mean, things are changing. Winds are literally striding. I mean, they're just getting more powerful. Communication, social activities among the Americans are seeming to fade. Hopelessness is replacing once great country that basically you couldn't screw even if you had a hand grenade. I mean, these things are happening. And yes, I do think we should take caution. Like, I'm an OG, but I would say be careful. If you plan on going to college, research your degree before you go. So this is like a wait, before you go to college, watch this. Wait before you go to college, right? Yeah, research your degree to make sure that there's demand for it so you don't screw up your whole life like everyone else in America. You want to make sure, right? Because all the big companies ship their jobs overseas and, found cheaper ways to pay other people and etc. And now that, you know, people are like, well, I want a job, and it's like, you don't have that. A lot of people say, well, it's corporate greed, or other people say it's planting your seed. But if you're a millennial, you talk like that because that's how your mother talked to you. And we both know if she says something, that's what you'll do. But, yeah, so that's also another factor. But there's a certain problem that says, I don't think that they pay enough in student loans. I really do want to raise up that interest rate. I know that sounds crazy, but they need to pay more. I mean, they're not paying off their debt. And people are defaulting in debt. It's like, what did you major in? Well, I majored in debt. I really would rather not spend my life as a debt slave. I wouldn't. You know, I'd like to do whatever I want to do. Not have to be holding to anybody. Not have to go to a job I really don't want to go to. You know, you could find time to create your own. And I think that's beautiful. When you're surrounded by debt, you got to take whatever job you got to take to pay off the debt. And you got to, you know, suck the ground that someone else walks on. And I think to a certain degree you should. I think to a certain degree you should. And I ran this down to my diagnoses, and this was, I predicted this. I'm Nostradamus, right? I mean, I seen this in all of my proceeds. I was like, of course. I mean, these people are screwed. I mean, millennials are screwed. I mean, they're just screwed. I mean, there's going to be no jobs to pay off the debt. They got all this debt with interest rate, and you see all these other things. It's like, wow, oh no. So I written this down the proceeds, and this is part of my diagnosis. So I immediately looked at my diagnosis. I started looking up. I slowly started looking back down, and this was the moment where I proceeded to look over my shoulder. And then I looked back down at my diagnoses, and it hit me. I said, oh no. Oh no. Here we are. And here we are. And there you are. Working a job that you don't like. There you are.
Working a job you could have worked in the 2nd grade, and there you are. With a college degree working at fast food. You're such a star.
Somewhere where your college degree actually matters and it's getting put to use. Well, you're not. You don't see a problem with that. You don't see anything wrong with that. Well, then maybe you do deserve that. We have a huge portion of people who are going to affect the economy. And I've literally had to look into my diagnoses, and I wrote this down in my little notebook because I couldn't believe it. And I put my glasses on, and I realized, and I started squinting, because whenever you squint, you realize you're coming to a conclusion. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. These millennials are screwed. They're screwed. They're screwed. I mean, they're screwed. Okay. You didn't major, like people are like, oh, I majored in liberal arts. I majored in communication, theater arts. Liberal arts, man. No, you majored in that. You majored in that. Or as I'll speak your language, millennials, I majored in that. John! Yeah, I majored in that. So I'm just saying that this is a problem. This is what they call education arbitrage. No. But all I'm saying is, look, people who didn't go to high school are better off than you. They don't have $130,000 net. 11% of the country. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. I looked it up, or 11% of the millennials. But I looked it up, I went, oh no, CDC. Oh, there we go. Wouldn't want to be those spoiled brat millennials, because they're spoiled. They're spoiled brats. Spoiled brats. They all want socialism. And I'm saying no to socialism. Because, think about it. Let's say you went to college. Let's say you busted those cheeks, worked like 7 jobs to pay off all that debt. You know, little side jobs over there. And maybe like, I don't know, 2 full-time jobs. Let's say you work so hard to pay off all that debt. Democratic socialist gets in. Now you're going to be paying for everybody else. And as you should. So not only did you go to college, you went to college to be a slave. Like I don't think you understand. You're screwed. You're screwed, dude. You went to college, and by the way, it's not a good thing in 2018. It's just not. I wish it was, but it's not. And I looked down at my diagnoses, and I looked down again, and I realized, I was like, oh no, they're screwed. These millennials are screwed. I looked it up. I was like, oh no, oh no, and the market changed. So there's no job. Especially for the stuff that they major in. I mean, there's no values that these people have. There's nothing they could offer society. You just can't consume communication, or even English in college. You just can't do it. So that's going to be a problem. And it's like, oh, well, people have been speaking English pretty well now. Now, a lot of people say, well, they deserve this because they're spoiled brats. And they were raised up as, it was like everyone should go to college. And it's like, yeah, suffer. I don't understand the overwhelming desire to see them suffer. I get it. But I am saying that, yeah, to a certain degree, they were screwed. A lot of people, who will tell millennials that, oh, yeah, I'm in college. I don't know what I want to do yet. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. I'm still in college. I took out all these loans to literally get a degree, which I've never researched or anything like that, to see if there was any demand after I got out of college. And so I might be, spending the next 50 years. Because people think like, oh, you go to college for 4 years. It'll be more than 50. People think, oh, I go to college for 4 years. No. No, you're not. You're a millennial, you're probably going for about 70. Because if you have $100,000 in debt, which 11% of American millennials do, you're screwed. I'll say it in your voice because it's your language. You're screwed. You're screwed. And you know what? 1 in 3 have over $30,000 in debt. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Really bad. I mean, majority of the degrees that they're getting, communications, psychology, liberal arts, theater arts, communications, all these other worthless degrees that don't have any value, that really actually kind of hurt you. Because I think a lot of people would look at these people and be like, oh, this guy's an idiot. Let's not hire him. That's what I would do, as if I was doing an independent business. Because I'd be like, oh, these people are really dumb. They took out loans to get a worthless degree, and chances are they're not very bright themselves because of their financial decisions. I mean,
but just to be sure, when you were asked as a millennial, what did you major in? I majored in dot, is what you tell them. And I went on a date with salliemae. Manny Mae, also known as Sallie. She wasn't really nice, was she? But it's okay, 'cause I'm a happy flappy and a laffy taffy. But yeah, I am screwed financially forever, whatever the weather. Alex Carnifex, Godmonic, out.